Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bourbon Note. I'm Greg.
I'm Ben.
And today, we're drinking bourbon. All right, Ben, every once in a while, we need to stop visiting the sites and just go back to something we know and love.
Yes, something classic.
Something classic, something available in almost every liquor store on the planet.
I think we should build this up for as long as possible because certainly they don't know what this is by the title of the video or the thumbnail.
Yeah, they've seen the thumbnail, they know what it is, but
All right.
we don't know what it is. Well,
Let's
actually,
bring it in. It is, bam, Maker's 46.
And this is one of those rare bottles that comes 2/3 of the way full
Well, yeah, I mean,
and already opened.
I have drank this a little bit and we did break this open on a podcast.
Oh, that's right.
So, Maker's 46.
Yeah, what is it for the 12 people that don't know?
Maker's Mark does a thing where they have a line of bourbons called Private Selects, and they're like store picks or bar picks. And they even have just their special releases where they will take wood staves of varying types of wood and varying levels of char and toast, and they'll take 10 staves, place them inside an already aged barrel of Maker's Mark, and then age it for another 3-ish months in their limestone warehouse to get more flavors out of those wood staves.
And the different types of wood will impart a different flavor to
Yep,
the
exactly.
ultimate finished whiskey.
So and we've done the limited releases from last year. I haven't seen the ones from this year.
Right.
But so depending on which staves you pick and put in there, like you're just saying, you're going to get different flavors. So bars and restaurants and liquor stores can pick their own stave profile.
Yeah.
And so they're all different. Maker's 46 is all 10. It's called 46 because it's stave profile number 46. And it's all 10 of French oak staves.
Yeah.
So.
And this was their idea before they started doing the store picks, it seemed, and like.
I think so, because it's only like, they've only been doing this for like 10 years or something like that. It's not,
Right.
it hasn't been around for all that long.
Well, I mean, a while. Longer than us, but.
Longer than our channel, you mean?
Well,
Yeah.
that's true. He just called me old.
So, if you're a fan of Maker's Mark in general, which we are, definitely.
Thanks for watching.
Obviously, you've probably already had this, but
Well, well, even if you haven't, I mean, you've not watched us drink it.
that's true.
Well, maybe yeah.
That just smells so good. Maker's Mark is one of those distilleries that when you haven't had it for a little while and you've been drinking other stuff, you come back to it. It's got such a unique flavor profile. Like I would say out of all the main distilleries, maybe Old Forester and this have the most like, you can tell right away that it's one of their products.
But I always struggle to identify what is it specifically. There's a flavor in all the Maker's Mark stuff that I get, and a smell definitely, that is unique to them.
It's the one we always come back to. It's an almond shortbread and
almond
wheat.
shortbread.
Maker's is a weeded bourbon.
Biscotti.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are other weeded bourbons, but we don't get this type of intensity from them.
Yeah. And it's there's a little bit of fruit behind it too. Let's go in for the taste here and see how that holds up.
Wild cherries. Almond biscotti.
Yeah, there's just...
You know that's Italian for cookie, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
No. I had no idea. I mean, it sounds fancy.
Yeah.
There's just something about it. In describing all of those different things that make that quintessential Maker's Mark flavor I'm just gonna call it the Maker's Mark note because that's just what it is. And it really is unique to Maker's Mark.
I agree.
And so if you like that particular note, if you don't, bummer because there's so many things to explore. But if you do, regular Maker's, cast strength, Maker's 46, Maker's 46 cast strength, and then like we were saying with the stave profiles that bars and restaurants and liquor stores can choose, it's basically an endless amount of ways to. And we've talked about that before in other videos. And one of these days, we've actually been talking about doing just a Maker's Mark, you know, distillery video where we just talk about all their different things.
Well, the reality is we both own a bunch of bottles.
Yeah.
We could probably do a dozen.
Yeah, we could fill this bar up with Maker's bottles.
And we should also touch on the fact that you can't find, if you're gonna buy this, it doesn't look like this anymore. They've changed the bottle.
It looks now more like the regular Maker's Mark.
It does have an interesting looking logo. It still has the 46 on it.
Yep. Yeah, so if you see this in a different bottle, it says Maker's 46, same stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a great one. It comes in at 94 proof. At 94 proof, this one just, it doesn't drink harsh, you know, but it still packs a ton of flavor.
It's got the really interesting caramel notes with a hidden pepper underneath it. Nice vanilla, the almond biscotti kind of note.
Yeah.
And it's just really interesting. It's a really nice, well-balanced. The alcohol isn't out in front, like, you know, punching you in the face.
Sure.
But it's also not hidden either.
And it runs anywhere from like, well, Total Wine used to sell it for 25 bucks up until a couple months ago.
This one seems to vary in price a fair amount.
Hugely. Yeah, out of all the bottles, this one is the one where it's like some places it's 45, some places it's 30, some places it's 25. The $25 thing has now gone away. Total Wine used to sell it for 25, now it's 30.
We call that inflation.
Yep. But if, I mean, 30 bucks.
Yeah, totally.
That's a steal.
It's a steal.
But then some places charge 45 for it. So, you know, I would say anywhere between 30 and 40 bucks. You know.
What's the proof point?
94.
So 94 proof. We don't know the age, but it certainly drinks mature. I think we're guessing 7 to 8 years.
Regular Maker's Mark is between 5 and 7 years.
Right.
And then when they add the extra wood staves, of course, you're going to get a little more.
Because it drinks like it's mature. Like there's absolutely no young,
no, not at all.
underage.
And we've
corn.
talked recently in other videos where it seems like weeded bourbons in particular at a younger age can hold up to that.
Seem to age a little quicker.
Yeah.
And get to maturity faster. I think is true.
But I mean, I don't know if there's any science behind that, but there just kind of seems to be the science of me. But yeah, and then the 46 stave profile really imparts more of like a spice on top of it. So you get that Maker's Mark sweetness, you get that wheat sweetness, and then you just get that really nice spice that kind of rides on top of it. And it's just a great bourbon.
It really is.
Once it hits your lips, it's so good.
Obviously, we're both big fans of this, so yeah, if you haven't had this, if you're kind of new to the bourbon game, this one is definitely worth checking out because it really rides that line between bourbon enthusiasts can enjoy it and really like it, but then people that are new to it, it's not going to be too overwhelming. And it's going to give some really good sweet flavors with that little bit of spice on it.
And a taste of a quality bourbon.
Yep.
Real quality.
You can break this out in a group of people of differing levels of liking bourbon, and I think this is going to be one of those ones that's going to just kind of check all the boxes.
Yeah, totally agree.
All right, well, this has been Maker's 46 on the Bourbon Note. I'm Ben.
I'm Greg. Thanks for watching. Cheers.